Oh, so I think we can start it, yeah. So, hi guys, I'm Roshit from Dudes here, and this is a premiere. Okay, this is the starting of the series of Python programming in Dudes computing. So, yeah, so without further ado, let's start. So, let's start with this one. So, these are some fun facts. Okay, BBC comedy sketch series, okay, was Monty Python's Flying Circus. That's interesting. Okay, and Python, okay, this is a good one. Okay, Python was initially developed by Guido van Rossum in the 1990s, who was a big fan of this comedy sketch series, Monty Python's Flying Circus. But it doesn't have any connection with the name of the large serpent. So, what are we going to discuss today? So, we're going to discuss a brief history on data science. Why should we use Python instead of other big programming languages like Java and R? What is the history of Python? The installation of Python, and let's start with some basic coding. So, the year 2007. The year 2007. So when you think of all of these things, what comes to your mind? Okay, when you think of Apple, Hadoop, well, the thing is technology. Okay, so the year 2007 was a breaking point, was a common factor for all these. Like Apple wasn't launched in 2007, but it developed the revolutionary iPhone in 2007. Then you have Hadoop, which had a breaking point in 2007. GitHub was launched as a place where researchers could, collaborate. Twitter became its own individual company. Android, Kindle, Airbnb was created in a small apartment in San Francisco. So the year 2007 was a breaking year for all these companies. Now, AIF, the new normal. AIF stands for Alphabet, Instagram and Facebook. Alphabet, Instagram and Facebook. Now, the new normal. What does a new normal mean, right? The new normal means that we are using this currently. So, for those of you who don't know, Alphabet was the previous name for Google, Instagram, as you all know, and Facebook, which is also a really popular social media platform. Now, the thing which is related or connected to all of these is data. Okay, it is data. Now, let's go down and the data, right? What is the study of data? The study of data, which is the science of data, is data science. So, as you can see by this chart here, okay, so computer science and maths and statistics. Okay, if you know computer science and maths and statistics, you can do well in machine learning. Similarly, domain knowledge in computer science is software, and maths and statistics and domain knowledge is research. And the common factor for all these three branches is data science. Now, Python. Let's come to the main topic, Python. Now, as you can see here, Python is compared with another programming language R, and as you can see, both start around the same point. And as you can see, Python, which is the blue line, starts increasing tremendously, higher and higher. Okay, they started at the same point, but then more people started using Python. Okay, the interest of Python over time started getting increased. The reason to that is because people want to use Python because of its readability, intuitiveness, beauty and philosophy. So because of its intuitiveness, beauty and philosophy, people feel Python better than most other programming languages. Now let's start with the history of Python. Python is called a Swiss Army knife. For those of you who don't know, a Swiss Army knife is a multi-purpose knife, and thus you can also conclude that Python is a multi-purpose programming language. It can be used for various different things. Okay, now how did Python become a data powerhouse? Okay, so how did Python become a data powerhouse? because in the 1990s it was considered an alternative to Bash, okay, which was a really good data. And in the 2000s, okay, in the 2000s range, it was an alternative to MATLAB, which is really popular and famous and very widely used in that time. And in 2010, it was an alternative to R. As we saw here, Python became an alternative to R, being the Python being the blue line. Now, first what we need to do is installation. So first to do installation, you need something, right? So that something is Anaconda installation. Now you have to go to www.anaconda.com. Okay, so once you launch Anaconda, okay, you go to products. Okay, let me just show you that real quick. Just wait a second. Yeah, so just hold on. Yeah, so let me just open Anaconda over here. Okay, so as you can see here, you go to anaconda.com. Okay, www.anaconda.com, and you click on products and click on individual edition. This is the open source distribution, which means it's free to use for everybody. So let me just click on individual edition, and now you have this page, individual edition, Anaconda, your data science toolkit. You go down and click download. I have already downloaded it, but then you can click download and follow the necessary steps which are required for installation. Let me close that. Yeah, so once you install, I'll just open Anaconda. Okay, let me just open Anaconda. Yeah, so let me just screen share this Anaconda page. Just a sec. Window capture. Yeah. So as you can see, this is how the Anaconda navigator, okay, the installing interface looks after you have done installing everything. Okay, so as you can see here, you have many, Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, Qt Console, Spider. Okay, the SDEs. Now the most commonly used, one is Jupyter Notebook and its extension Jupyter Lab, the first and second ones. So now all you need to do is click launch. Okay, as you can see, when you hover your mouse over it, it becomes blue. So you click launch, and then as you can see, it will open your command prompter. Let me just show you the command prompter real quick. It can be anything. Okay, if you are on Mac, it shows you the terminal, and if you're on Windows, it shows you the corresponding command prompter. So now, as you can see here, yeah. So now as you can see here, this is the Jupyter interface. Now you might think, isn't Anaconda a software? Okay, well technically it is not. Okay, and it opens the Jupyter notebook. Let me just resize that real quick. And it opens the Jupyter notebook in a form of a local host. As you can see the web, the URL at the top, it is a local host. Okay, so now you might not see this because this is just our folders and stuff. I have just created one right here, Roshan Python scripts. And now once you go to your folder, okay, you can just click new and click Python 3. Okay, this is the most latest. Okay, this is the latest version of Python. Okay, just wait a second. Yeah, now this is the most latest version of Python. So now this is the basic. Okay, you see this interface, you don't know what to do. There's a code, there's a markdown. Okay, something like that. Okay, so that's just a markdown. And if you press enter, it just goes to the next line which you don't want. So you can either click run over here, as you can see it's highlighted, or press the keys shift plus enter and it is executed. So now let me just type something. And hi, now we have hi, welcome to this Python class. So this is just an introduction which I gave about data science, AIF, the installation of Python, and the basic needs like installation and then just a basic command. Next class will be our actual live stream, okay, where we can communicate in real life. And yeah, hope to see you tomorrow. Hope to see you next class. And then in next class, we'll go a little bit deeper into the actual coding process. Till then, it's me, Roshan Khanna, signing off.